Hi
Lesha!
everyone. Hi. Can you hear me? Can I get a thumbs up in the chat and a hi in the audience,
There
I
we
guess?
go. We hear you, Lesha. We hear you. Go for it. Over to
Amazing.
you.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I see myself twice. Wow, this is very interesting. I love it. I'm very used to doing in person physically, but I'm all the way in Malta right now. I'm sending a request to share my screen. Matt, thank you. All right, so let me share sound.
Done.
Thank you. Okay, so before I share my screen, I would love to see in the chat on the webinar as well, in the audience, how many of you use Chat GPT? Raise your hand, okay? Everybody, yes, great. Okay, how many of you here use Chat GPT to script viral videos? So this is the key point here. Using ChatGPT to create viral videos. Okay, so here it is. Okay, present. Can you see my full screen? Amazing. All right. Perfect. Can everybody see this? Great. Okay. So this is the topic today. What if I told you you could write a viral script with ChatGPT in 10 minutes? Okay. Um, but first, you need to understand what makes a good video, right? Kind of like what Drubinski said, at the core of it, AI is a tool, but you still need to figure out what a good video is and what a bad video is. So we're going to show you what that is today. Okay, so you hopefully already know by now that we kind of know how to make viral videos and we kind of know how to make them with AI. And we're going to teach you that today. Okay.
This is the moment the UAE was born. In 1761, a group of hunters from a desert tribe chased a gazelle. They were far from home, deep in the sand, until the gazelle led them to something unbelievable: fresh water on a lonely island in the sea. In the desert, water is life. So the tribe moved from deep in the desert to live on this island with fresh water. Soon enough, this island became their headquarters. They called it Abu Dhabi, the father of the gazelle. The island gave them access to the sea, so they started diving for pearls. Then they started trading, building ships and ports. It attracted business, wealth, and global attention. Then they found oil, and the country exploded in amazing progress to be what it is today. So remember, 300 years ago, a gazelle led a group of men to water, and they found a whole new life. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
All right, cool. So I'm sure Nusara is in the audience feeling like, oh my God, why is she showing this video? Okay, so every video has a couple of secrets to it, right? And we want to teach you the secret so that you can then tell ChatGPT so that you can regurgitate it and try to make it viral as well. So why did this video go viral? Okay, and to know that, you need to understand stats. Okay, there are three things that you need to worry about as a content creator. So number one is high hook rate. Okay, so if you go to Instagram, if you go to your if you look at your stats, you will see these three things, right? Views first, view rate past 3 seconds, your watch time, and then how many people share your video. These are the three things that you need to care about, nothing else. Okay, and then now I will break down how this hook rate translates to your script, how these stats translate to your script. Okay, so what does a high hook rate mean? It means you need to have a very engaging first 3 seconds, right? It just means that when people are scrolling, they need to stop and look at your video and understand why they want to watch it, right? We have a famous saying in the company that if a drunk person is at the bar watching your video, they should be able to understand what you're talking about in the first 3 seconds, right? So you need to
Lesha,
understand.
Lesha,
Yes?
sorry to pause you. Lesha, please, can you speak louder? We have people, many people online said we need you to be a bit louder, please, Lesha. Thank you so much.
Okay, hello, can you hear me? This is the loudest I can go.
That's much better. That's much better. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go back a little bit, okay? So in order for you to make a viral video, there are three things that you need to understand. Number one is hook rate. Okay. Number 2 is high retention. Number 3 is high shareability. There's only 3 things that you need to care about. Okay. So what does a high hook rate translate into when it comes into scripting? Okay. So it means you need to have a very engaging first 3 seconds. Very engaging. So a thing that we always say in the company is that if there's a drunk person at a bar and is watching your video, they need to understand what you're saying. So you need to figure out what your typical is and try to aim for more than that. Okay. And we'll tell you how to make it engaging, but this is something that you need to understand. You need to have a strong hook. Okay. The second is you need to have high retention. What is retention, right? Is if you're making a 1-minute video, people need to watch past a certain second, right? For us, when we make a 1-minute video, we know if you go above 22 seconds, chances are there is more chance of it going viral. Now, how do you know if it's going to be a high retention video? It needs to be simple to understand, it needs to be organized, and there needs to be a payoff, right? So you need to plant something that's so interesting in the beginning that makes people want to watch till the end. Okay. And then last is high shareability. So Instagram loves it when you pull more people into their platform. So if your audience is sharing the video to their friend and it's pulling people to come into the platform, this is high score for Instagram. So how do you make something very shareable is at the end, making sure it's super relatable, making sure your audience likes it, and making sure it's inspiring, having a clear call to action. Okay, so these are the 3 things that you need to worry about when you script. Now, so what's the winning structure for a viral story? Like I said, first is the hook. First 3 to 5 seconds, it needs to stop people. Then you need to talk about the problem. Why should people care about it? This is where the relatability factor comes in and the high retention comes in, right? And then you need to give the payoff. So after you tell people this is why you should care about it, you need to answer the question. A lot of content creators often forget about answering the question, and then it's not a very nice feeling when you watch the video. And then at the end, it's what causes a high retention, a high shareability, right? So you share the trigger. What makes them comment, share? What makes them feel? How do you inspire them? Okay, so this is the structure. Now that we know what now that we know what a good viral story looks like, I want you to watch a Nas Daily video again, but with this structure in mind. Okay, and see whether you can see how formulaic we are and how we break it down into these 4 things basically. So we're going to watch a video again, and now with that in mind, I want you to see whether you can spot it. Okay, let's go.
918 people drank poison at the same time. This is the largest death of Americans before 9/11, and I came here to show it to you. Jim Jones was a preacher. He wanted to build a perfect world with no racism and no poverty. Equality for all. Thousands believed him, but he couldn't build this in the US. So he took his followers to the jungles of Guyana. They built a town and called it Jonestown. It started as a paradise. Slowly, it became a prison. One day, a US congressman came to check on them. Jones killed him. That's when he knew he would be arrested and everything is over. So he asked all his followers to die together.
Let's all drink this poison at the same time.
Some said yes and committed suicide with him. Others were forced to. And in one moment, 918 people drank poison and died. No one can save you, not politicians or religious leaders. So don't follow anyone blindly. Even good ideas can become dangerous. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. So now you can see the structure, you kind of see what we mean. Now let's actually script it with ChatGPT, okay? So if you are on the internet, open a tab to ChatGPT. If you are live in person, take out your phone. I won't be offended, and have ChatGPT in your hand, okay? And we're going to write that script that you saw together, and then we're going to do a live one together. Okay, we'll do it all together. Okay, so step 1, teach your ChatGPT who to admire. Okay. So for us, obviously, we love Nas Daily. So I'm going to tell ChatGPT, I'm going to give you 10 Nas Daily scripts. I want you to learn the style, the tone, the rhythm, and the modality of the script. I will then ask you to recreate the style in a topic of my choice. Are you ready to learn? I'm one of those people that is very polite to ChatGPT. But this can be anybody. It doesn't have to be Nas Daily. It can be Drew Binsky. It can be Casey Neistat. It can be anybody you admire, right? They say great artists steal, good artists copy. I don't know. But doesn't matter. Just copy someone you admire, okay? And then prompt the script, right? So in order for you to do this, you need to go to their videos, get a transcription of 10 of their scripts, and then put it into ChatGPT. Then ChatGPT will learn how it is to sound and talk and think like Nas Daily. Now, step 2, prompt the script. Okay, so this is where everybody take out your phone, take photos, right? This is my prompt. Okay, this is the prompt that we use. Now that you know the style I want to follow, I want you to be a viral video script writer in the style of the Nas Daily voice. Write a 60-second script about Jim Jones and his community aimed at Americans for all short form platforms. Use the structure, hook, problem that helps people understand why they should care, payoff, and CTA. Make it emotionally engaging and easy to follow. Make sure it's simple to understand and a Nusara style voice. Okay, so the reason why I write it like that is because I'm telling them, and this is also part of prompt engineering so that you can understand the thought process behind it. I'm telling ChatGPT what I want it to be. So I want it to be a viral video script writer. And then I tell it the voice, right? I tell it the length, which is very important. But at the end of the day, I need to also tell it kind of like the overall aim of the video. I want it to be about Jim Jones and his community, and I'm telling him who I want it to be relatable for, right? And then I give it the structure based on what we've already learned today, okay? And this is what ChatGPT gives me, okay? This man convinced over 900 people to die, and they did it willingly. Jim Jones wasn't just some random cult leader in 1970s. He was a charismatic, political, and preached equality. Not so sure, right? Good people joined him because they wanted a better world. But that's the danger. When you give one person all your trust, you give them all your power, and history shows they can use it to destroy you. Okay, so when I've got this first version of the script, I wasn't too convinced, and I'll tell you why, right? And this is where, at the end of the day, you still need to understand how to script and what makes a good video, but at least you have ChatGPT to help you do the base of it. They introduced Jim Jones pretty randomly. Jim Jones wasn't just some random cult leader. Like, I don't even know he's a cult leader. Why are you assuming that I know he's a cult leader? And then in the middle, before you tell the whole story about what actually happened and how they all died and took the poison, you're already giving it away that when you give one person all your trust, you give them all your power. So it's like, no, 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 right? So think of ChatGPT as an intern that you're training, okay? So you need to give it feedback. So I told ChatGPT, I feel like we introduced Jim Jones a little randomly. So I talked to it like a friend. And the why you should care part feels like the payoff rather than why it's relevant to you. So I would
You
like the
have
why you should care.
1 minute, Lesha. Sorry, 1 minute.
I would like the why you should care part to be a little bit more subtle. Okay. And then I get this, which is a lot more like the original script. This man convinced 900 people to die, and they did it willingly. His name was Jim Jones. He led the People's Temple, a movement for equality and justice. It grew to thousands of followers, normal people like you and me. That part is the relatability part. Nurses, doctors, teachers all joined because they thought they were building a better world. Then we talk about the problem. But over time, trust turned to control, control turned to fear. Jones took people's money and cut them off from their families. Okay, now you're seeing that it makes sense. It's flowing, and the CTA is very clear. Remember, if a leader demands loyalty over logic, question everything, because the wrong savior can be the end of you. Wow. Okay, it makes it relatable to me. Strong CTA, I like it. Okay, so these are the 3 steps. 1, tell it who to admire. 2, prompt the actual script. And 3, refine it. Now, I know I have 1 minute. But I have to do this live, because if not, it's just fake news, right? I could have just done all of this and then prepped everything, and people are not going to get what I say they're going to get. So forgive me, Matt, I'm going to go over. Nusal, you understand. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is so I've already taught my ChatGPT everything it needs to learn. So I'm just going to talk to it, right? I'm going to say, hey, ChatGPT, can you give me 10 Nas Daily viral ideas about Singapore. Okay, so safest country on earth. People, okay, that's cute. Okay, so I already like this, right? The safest country on earth. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with this. Okay, I like the safest country on earth. Can you write a Nas Daily script for me on that topic? Okay, here. This is Singapore, and people here reserve seats with their phones. In this country, crime is so low it feels fake. Okay, so you get to see actually it does the script pretty well, and all I had to do was just ask it for ideas and then actually script it. Because my ChatGPT is already so trained, and you can do that too for yours. Okay, that is it,
30
guys.
seconds, Lesha.
Thank you so much. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.